So my name is Marissa Joseph, also known as Mojo. I am originally from New Iberia, Louisiana. You know what? The older that I get and the more that I talk to my family on both sides, I realized that it was something whenever I was growing up, it was always inside of me. I always had an ear for music, and my father actually owned a music and electronic store in Lafayette, Louisiana. So I always grew up with the love, number one, for funk, because that's the style of music that I always heard played, you know, in my house growing up as a child. Dance was something that I've always just intrinsically, I've always done that. It's always been inside of me. But I did go to dance school. I started out at Virgie Broussard School. That was one of our black leaders and dancers who went to Grambling. And she was on Grambling's dance team, like back in the, I believe, the 60s or the 70s. And it was Broussard Pradia's dance school. Then I went to a conservatory, and then I ended up in Lafayette at a school called Jill Listy, in which I graduated from that school. Well, I actually have opened myself to teach more virtual classes. So I teach virtual classes. I actually use other platforms because the reality is with COVID and people doing virtual, we have the opportunity to be in multiple spaces. Like the reality is, like, we're in people's direct homes, we're in their businesses right now. Wherever people are, if they have a cell phone or a tablet or a smart TV, we're there. So online classes, I've opened myself to actually join Airbnb online. Yeah, I've moved. And actually, I said that whenever I first opened the studio, I was like, you know what? Whenever I open my studio, since it came to me, I want a physical location, and I really want to step up my game with e-commerce. Actually, the class that you saw me do yesterday, that was actually an Airbnb virtual class. Yeah, so I reach people from New York, California. I constantly have classes in Tokyo. Before, I would have classes Monday through Saturday, but because of COVID and I recently had a daughter, my little 11, I decided to reduce my number of classes, and just to keep people safe. The best way that, because people do have to wear masks or face shields whenever they come into the studio. So I have a limited amount of people that come in. Either I teach 4 classes a month for people to come in the studio. This month, because it's Christmas, I'm offering 6 classes for this month. And the max of people that can come in the studio is 10. And then it's unlimited online. So people can sign up online and they can take classes virtually. So I do a lot. Everything that I do right now at this moment is really about getting people up and motivated through dance fitness. Because what I found myself doing is that whenever I perform, I go into a routine of exercise, and dance is usually my routine that I do. So it depends on the performance that I have, you know, coming up. Now that I'm not performing, it's kind of like I try to mix in a little bit of everything, you know. So if it's funk, I'll teach a funk class. You know, if it's a soul class, then I'll teach a soul class. If it's twerk, then hey, I'm teaching twerk. If it's hip hop, I'm not getting on the floor, but I'll teach hip hop. But right now, I'm sticking to mainly Louisiana and Southern styles of dance. They can contact me through email. My email is datmojo@gmail.com, datmoejoe@gmail.com, or they can reach out to me via Instagram. I'm at MojoRock, MoeJoeRock. They can reach me on my website at themojo.com, TheMoejoe.com.